need to expose only specific tools while hiding internal utilities in your FastMCP server. You'll see how to configure server-wide tag filtering to precisely control which components get exposed, using include and exclude tags to create clean, environment-specific toolsets. We'll also handle duplicate registrations with custom behaviors for tools, resources, and prompts. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. Hash configure server-specific settings. MCP equals FastMCP. Name equals configured server. Include tags public. API, hash only expose these tagged components. Exclude tags equals internal. Deprecated, hash hide these tagged components. Unduplicate tools equals error. Hash handle duplicate registrations. Unduplicate resources equals warn. Unduplicate prompts equals replace. Include fast meta equals false. Hash disable FastMCP metadata for cleaner integration. This demonstrates the configuration as code pattern for server initialization, where behavior is defined declaratively through constructor parameters rather than imperative setup steps. The approach uses tag-based filtering and duplicate handling policies to create a controlled exposure surface for components, enabling environment-specific server configurations from the same codebase. What makes this distinctive is the separation between component definition and component exposure, allowing the same implementation to serve different contexts. The pattern works by treating the server as a composable container with configurable visibility rules. Tag inclusion and exclusion sets act as allow-deny lists, while duplicate handling policies enforce consistency rules for tools, resources, and prompts. This creates a declarative security boundary where components are registered once, but exposed conditionally, reducing the need for environment-specific code branches or runtime feature flags. This approach solves the problem of managing complex server configurations across multiple deployment scenarios. It enables clean separation between development, where all components might be exposed, and production, where only public API components are visible, while handling edge cases like duplicate registrations gracefully. The trade-off is slightly more upfront configuration, but the result is more maintainable systems that adapt to different operational requirements without code changes. Let's break it down line by line. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. This imports FastMCP, the core class for creating AI-callable tool servers. It transforms Python functions into structured tools that AI models can discover and invoke. Hash configure server-specific settings. MCP equals FastMCP. This instantiates the core FastMCP server with custom configuration. The constructor accepts parameters that control tool exposure, duplicate handling, and metadata inclusion, critical for production deployments. This is your central control point for server behavior. Name equals configured server. Sets the server's unique identifier. This name appears in logs, metrics, and admin interfaces, enabling precise server tracking in multi-server deployments. Include tags public. API, hash only expose these tagged components. This implements tag-based exposure control. Only components tagged with public or API will be exposed to clients, creating a deliberate API surface. This prevents accidental exposure of internal or deprecated functionality. Exclude tags equals internal. Deprecated, hash hide these tagged components. This defines a blacklist of component tags to exclude from exposure. Components tagged as internal or deprecated are automatically hidden from the AI interface, preventing accidental usage of unstable or outdated tools. This is the inverse of include tags, giving you explicit control over visibility. On duplicate tools equals error. Hash handle duplicate registrations. This configures duplicate tool registration handling to fail immediately. Prevents silent overwrites that could create inconsistent behavior and forcing explicit tool definitions. Critical for maintaining predictable tool sets in production. On duplicate resources equals warn. This configures duplicate resource handling to emit warnings instead of errors. When multiple components register the same resource name, FastMCP logs a warning but continues execution, preventing crashes while flagging potential conflicts. Useful during development when you want visibility without blocking progress. On duplicate prompts equals replace. This defines duplicate prompt handling behavior. When multiple tools register the same prompt name, this setting automatically replaces the existing prompt with the new one, ensuring the latest definition always takes precedence. Critical for iterative development where prompt refinements are common. Include fast meta equals false. Hash disable FastMCP metadata for cleaner integration. This disables FastMCP's internal metadata injection, producing cleaner tool schemas. Useful when integrating with systems that don't need FastMCP-specific attributes, reducing payload size and avoiding potential conflicts. The metadata includes versioning and framework tags that some clients may ignore or reject. This closing parenthesis finalizes the FastMCP server configuration. All settings like tag filtering, duplicate handling, and metadata control are now locked in, ready for tool registration. Server configuration patterns. FastMCP's initialization parameters let you precisely control component visibility and registration behavior, creating a declarative boundary between what's exposed and what remains internal. The include tags and exclude tags sets operate as complementary filters, where inclusion takes precedence over exclusion when tags overlap. A well-configured server becomes its own documentation through these explicit visibility rules.
The server that hides everything reveals its true purpose.